Tuesday. Here we go. We are recording and we're live on Facebook. We're doing all the things. All right. Welcome to Tech Tuesday. How's it going, guys? Feel free to unmute and tell me how it's really going. No, I'm kidding. Wouldn't that be fun? All right. So we are going to have so much fun today because we are going to be talking about video, one of my favorite things to talk about. Because it is so important. And I'm bringing on Krista Mashore because she is the queen of video and basically changed my life because you should have seen. Actually, I may even show you a little bit later. One of my first videos. They're terrible. They're terrible. Oh, she is here. Krista is here. So make sure we turn her into co-host. And then I'm going to allow sharing screen.
You have to
How's
do
it
it.
going? Hey, Krista.
You have to do it on your end.
Hi, everyone.
Oh, okay.
How's everybody?
We are amazing. We were just talking about how you changed my life because my videos before you were atrocious.
You're so cute. You're so cute. Wendy is lying because she's always done amazing, but this is about video. So if we can turn our videos on, I don't even have any makeup on right now. So I just put a little bit of brows on, a little bit of lipstick, and I was like, so if I can do that with no makeup on, you guys can too. I actually did a training with two missing front teeth. So turn your cameras on.
I remember that.
But if I can do it,
I watched that one too.
Did you see that one, Dee?
Yes.
That was so
hysterical.
People think
I know.
I'm okay with it, but I'm really not. It's like it was bad. Okay, so first of all, how are we doing today, everybody? Wendy, thanks for having me. You doing good?
Yes,
Okay.
thank you. I love talking about video. I love talking about video, and
she's really great with just all of her technology. She really like harnesses it and adapts it. And just so everyone knows, like I will tell you that I was a real estate agent for 17 years, and I'll just tell you a quick story because I want to have you understand how impactful video can be in your life. But I want you to know before I tell you the story, and some of you may have already heard, but you're going to hear it again. And that is that most people don't like how they look on video. Okay. Like most people are afraid. Like I am a vain, like I'm 52. I'm very vain. I do Botox and done more stuff than that. Like I am vain. I just am. And it's one of my things and I'm okay with it. So it's hard for me to see myself on video aging and, you see like the extra skin and all these things. And you don't like the way you sound. Like I mean, there's a lot of women on this call. Sorry, Jamie. But like, if you're like that, like me, you don't have to be, but right. Can you just give me a little bit of love? Like, we're normal. We're human. We get worried about it. Right. But I have to remind myself that is how I look and that is how I sound and that is who I am. And I can't go to a listing appointment or to meet a buyer and just be like, oh, hold on, let me just rewind that, or let me just delete that, or let me just delete it 87,000 times because I made a mistake. We can't do that, right? And so I just want to get that out there. First of all, only weird people like to do video. Most people are afraid of it, okay? Because people are judgy. And with social media, people are so cruel. I recently just had something happen to me. And it messed with my head a little bit. Like it did. Actually, it messed with my head more than a little bit for a little bit. So I had to get over it. But like on social media, somebody's like, Krista Mashore, what do you think about her? And people are like, she's a scammer and she's annoying and she has the worst voice and she's so loud. It was like a bloodbath of real estate agents on this website on Facebook called Mastermind, Real Estate Mastermind, for God's sake. They're not even mastermind. They're just like beating everybody up. So people, I tell you that because people behind the keyboard can be very bullyish and demeaning. But here's what I will tell you is that they are going to judge you anyways. They're going to judge you for doing it. They're going to judge you for not doing it. They will judge you. And guess what? Who cares? All right. Let them judge you for the things that are going to help you help yourself and you help other people. I will say, so back when the market was good, when I first got into real estate, I did really well up front. I have 2 daughters, and at the time my husband left me, had an affair, drained our bank accounts, and I had just left my full-time teaching job to stay home and take care of my daughter. Okay. And within a few months, all of a sudden my life was turned upside down. husband gone, 2 kids, brand new house payment, no money at all. And I was like, oh my God, I have to make this work. So I was very innovative very early on. Okay. And I'll tell you, this is going to age me, but I'll tell you, this was 23 years ago. Very innovative back then was, instead of doing 4-page colored flyers, I would put a CD on the sign with like 50 pictures on it with a flat, you know, with like a label. That was innovative back then, right? I spent, you know, $3,000 to $4,000 a month doing putting a commercial on Comcast, our local television, and it only got aired like 3 times a day or something like that, right? I spent money putting myself, this is a long time ago, on the movie theaters. Instead of just putting a picture like this, you know, I paid like $6,000 for a 30-second commercial, and then I had to spend $3,000 a month being on the movie theaters, okay? But I'm going to tell you how impactful that was, because people still tell me, and in fact, Dwayne Newberry is here. I was with his wife about 4 months ago at a street fair, and this lady came up to me and she goes, well, actually quite a few ladies came up to me. This one lady is like, I know you, you're the realtor. I saw you at the movie. I see you at the movies, she said. I see you at the movies. I have not been on the movie theaters for like 12 years, people. And she was like acting as if she still sees me. And I had people coming up to me just like, and like, Krista, we love you. You're so amazing, right? All because of video. So when the market got bad, I was very fortunate to get to work with the REO companies. And so I had like 16 asset management companies and banks. I had Wells Fargo, HUD, Green River Capital, Nationwide REO Brokers, Wachovia, Freddie Mac. Like I ran the Freddie Mac team, and it was great. I'd come into the office and I'd have like 3 new listings, 4 new listings. I sold 169 REOs, my best year in the business as a solo agent. Well, the market got better all of a sudden. And all of a sudden I went from selling 150, 170 homes down to 12. And I realized that nobody knew who I was, because for 5 or 6 years, I was an REO agent and I did not market myself, my properties. It was like I was starting from scratch as a brand new agent. No one knew me. Okay. And I was like, oh my gosh, I've got to, you know, 2 assistants working for me. I've got my daughters. I've got to figure this out. So I decided at that time, and do the math, like when was that? Like 2010 probably. So it's been about 14 years. I was like, I'm going to start doing video. And all of a sudden, and I mean, not all of a sudden, but within a few months, I was back up to over 100 homes a year. They were all mostly traditional sales because of utilizing innovation, differentiating myself, and putting myself out there. And let me tell you something, 14 years ago, people, no one did video. So you can talk about the little poop talkers. Like, oh my God, that Krista, like it was just, people were bloodbath like crazy and just talking so much crap about me locally. And until about a year later, and they were like, the crap talking turned into, before it was like, what is she doing? Turned into, what are you doing? Okay. Notice the shift, like little, what's she doing? Oh, Krista, to man, what is that Krista doing? And so I was the top 1% agent year after year after year after year, because I was able to put myself out there. And it was not easy, especially 14 years ago, and no one did it. And back then I had to hire a videographer and spend all this money. Like it cost me probably $7,000 or $8,000 a month just to get my videos done and all the stuff I was doing, because it was different back then. Okay. I'm telling you this story for a reason, because, and now I have another multi-million-dollar business. And I'll tell you, it all started from video. I took what I learned in real estate, which was, I'm going to be a community market leader. Anytime somebody thinks about real estate or their community, I'm going to make sure that they know my name. The only way I can do that is if I market myself and put money behind marketing myself. That is the reason why Google and Yahoo and all these big McDonald's markets during the Super Bowl, where it's $7 million for 30 seconds, because they know how important it is for your brand to be known, for their brand to be known. We don't know McDonald's. Why would McDonald's market during the Super Bowl? We all know who McDonald's is, because they're a $146 billion company. And they know how important marketing is and brand awareness and top of mind. We have to treat our business like the big businesses do, right? We're not just real estate agents. We're entrepreneurs. We're business owners. And if we treat our business like a business, pretty soon you'll be doing more business than the doctors, the attorneys, the financial advisors, everyone. You will be. Okay. So when I started my coaching business, I did the same thing. I created about 20 videos. They were a minute long and they were all contradicting what normal people would talk about. The videos were open houses suck. You shouldn't do them. That's not the most effective way to do business. It was all of the things that were opposite of what everybody was taught. And you want to talk about bloodbath again? Double bloodbath. They're like, you're so stupid. Open house has been working. I'm like, yeah, they have been working for 75 years. Have you thought there might be a more efficient, effective way of doing business? And then after a few months, the talk started changing to, well, maybe you should actually listen to her. She has done pretty well, right? But I had to go through the torture of the meanies to be able to get to that point. Now I'm telling you this, who cares about me? Let's put this back on you. I have seen some of you come to my calls, call after call after call, and you're still not putting yourself out there. And I would assume to say that you probably aren't making the kind of money that you want to. Okay. If you will put a budget behind getting yourself out there, and how you do that is utilizing social media and paying for ad spend. What that looks like is putting ads behind a video, a crappy video, just with your cell phone. Like what cost me, $10,000 to do, like literally $6,000 for a 30-second commercial, you can do for free with your phone. And then you can spend $3 a day on Facebook instead of drinking Starbucks for $7 a day. In fact, let's do $7 a day and get rid of the Starbucks, okay? To be in front of hundreds of thousands of people in your community. And this is true. Every video that I produce locally gets 400, 500, 600 hours of watch time. Now, I just want you to stop for a second and think about that. Imagine if you created a video for free with your phone. Is there anybody here that doesn't have a phone? We all have a phone, right? So that means we all can do it. Okay. And then you create a video talking about not yourself, not like I'm number one, I'm so great. Everyone's so number one in their community, but like about something within the community. Maybe you go and have a killer cheeseburger at, the cheeseburger joint and talk about how great the cheeseburgers are. Or maybe you go to a local small business and you grab an awesome, cool hat and you're like, oh my God, I just got this hat. It was only it's all natural. It's so amazing. And you just use your video and then you put a small budget behind it. And all of a sudden you start doing that every week. You spend $20, $30, $50 instead of a week, instead of eating coffee, and you put money behind a video that costs you nothing. And you do that week after week, and you start getting hundreds of hours of watch time on you and your brand. Do you think that after investing that time and that money, that after 12 months, now I'm going to say 12 months because nothing happens overnight. Like everyone wants to get the get rich quick pill. Tell me the one thing I need to do. Like if there was one thing, it would be what I'm telling you right now. Like that's the one thing. Okay. And then having innovation to back it. But do you think that if you did that for 12 months, that you would have more business? I would venture to say within 12 months, you could 30% your business more. I went up, 80, 90 homes when I did it. You can. But the biggest problem that we have is number one, we're not consistent because we weren't taught this as real estate agents. As real estate agents getting our license, we weren't taught how important marketing is, how to run a business. And we also weren't taught, because it's not your fault. We weren't taught. We weren't taught that, hey, you should be up every morning with your makeup on, your hair done, 7 o'clock at the office. My office is my desk and I get way more work done here. And that's how I need to run my business. And I need to treat my business like a business. And there's a few things that I absolutely must do every day. And if I just do that consistently, my business can look so different in 12 to 24 months. Let's just say it takes 24 months, which it will not. It will not take that long. I did a training recently where I showed how much money a doctor makes, a financial planner makes, an attorney makes. And it was pretty pathetic. Like the average doctor, I think, makes around $230,000 a year. That's the average doctor. I know that number's wrong. I think it's a little less, quite frankly. And that's like doctors that are brand new and doctors that have been being a doctor for 20, 30 years. And they went to school for 13 years, hundreds of thousands of dollars of debt to, on average, after, 10, 20 years, to make $230,000 a year. People, that's terrible. Now, I know I know you're probably thinking, well, I'm not making that much money, meaning, but you could be. You really could be if you would just treat your business like a business. My best month in real estate, I sold 26 homes and I made $360,000 in commission. And I kept about 330 of that. That's about 6 times more than I made as a teacher with a master's degree teaching full-time for an entire year. After 6 years, I made that, right? 60,000. And I'm saying this again, not to brag, but I wish you would understand the importance of getting yourself out there. I know it's important who you know, but what's even more important is who knows you. You want to make it to where it's impossible for people not to know that you're in real estate. And then once they know that, for you to come so prepared that it is impossible to beat you. What do you mean by that, Krista? How would I make it impossible for me to beat you? Well, number one, by doing video, you will win before you arrive because you're developing a relationship with people. How many of you on this call have never seen me before today? Do this just so I can see. Wow, that's crazy. Like 2 years ago. Okay. So Mariah, you've never seen me before. Okay. Now you've been watching me for about 15 minutes. All right. Would you say that you know me a little bit more in the past 15 minutes than you did when I first got here 15 minutes ago, Mariah?
Absolutely. And I already followed you on Instagram and TikTok.
Oh, you're so cute. Okay, good. Thank you for that. Okay. Yeah, everyone go follow me on TikTok and Instagram right now. But okay, so Mariah, and now can you just be really honest? And this, I want you to be so honest right now, okay? Because I know that I'm not for everybody. I'm kind of crazy and hyper and talk really fast. And some people are like, she annoys me. Okay, probably a lot of people feel that way about me. And maybe you did. So can you be honest at first when I got on here, what was your feeling? And just be super truthful.
Well, now at 5 minutes later, I'd say just powerhouse agent. Like that's the feeling I get, but the high energy, like right away.
Okay.
Which might not be for everyone, especially someone who's still drinking coffee in the morning.
Okay, good. Okay, but you notice what she said, and maybe I'm wrong, right? But she said, well, after about 5 minutes, I realized you were a powerhouse agent. Before that, she was like, who is this person? Like, why, I have to earn her attention. I have to earn the right for her to give me her most precious asset, which is her attention. But notice what she said. After about 5 minutes, I realized she's a powerhouse. And by the way, Mariah, I was a powerhouse agent. I kicked some serious butt every year. Okay, I sold over 2,300 homes. And I will tell you how. The majority of it is because of being innovative. Okay, but I'm just showing you that she's basically watching a video of me, even though I'm live, right? And I'm here with you, but it's kind of like a video. And within 5 minutes, it went from this annoying lady that talks really fast to she's a powerhouse. Maybe she's still a little annoying, talks fast, and got way too much energy. But I kind of think she might know what the hell she's talking about. Is that fair, Mariah? Okay, she's like kind of. She's like, you still kind of bug me. I'm teasing, but you guys get it.
No, not at all. That's why I'm following you on socials, because I just started the video challenge about 2 weeks ago, and I'm uploading now 3 to 4 videos a day.
Good.
And so I'm seeing the growth, and I was recommended this session by Liz Brown, which is where I'm coming from.
Good, Liz. That's awesome. I love Liz. Liz is amazing. Okay, so I just hope that I can tell you, like, I have life has been very good to me in business because of the fact that I'm willing to put myself out there and be consistent with it. Okay. And so when you see people that are successful, understand they're no different than you. They're just willing to take the risk. I mean, I haven't lived at home since I was 13. I was in a foster home, in a group home, juvenile hall. Like everything I've created in my life has been from just grinding and hard work and consistency and not giving up. And it's been a rough ride, just like all of you. But I'm relentless in the fact that I will not give up. And if you just become more relentless in your pursuit of differentiating yourself, your business can be completely different in a year from now. Completely different. and you will fall and it will be hard. And that's why it's so important to surround yourself with people like going to calls like this, showing up for people that are on the same path as you, having the same aspirations, wanting more in life. I mean, people in real estate, it is tough. People are so like limited minded. They don't want to share, like they don't want to tell you their secrets, right? And that is part of the reason why their non-abundant thinking is what's keeping them broke and poor. So when you can hang around more people that are in the same pursuit to greatness as you are, like showing up to a call like this that Wendy is putting on and being committed to continue showing up and putting yourself out there and implementing, you can have a different life. You just have to be willing to do what 97% of people are not willing to do. People are because of these dang phones of ours, Twitter, twatter, teeter totter, ding dong, ping pong, Facebook, Instagram, Reels, YouTube, like, oh my God, we want it right now. That is not normal. And also, especially in real estate. And I know I use some of these same analogies a lot, but I do it because I want you to understand how much I believe in it, number one, and how real it is. You go to your phone for the most simplest things. You go to your phone to research everything. I mean, I'm researching, my husband has type 2 diabetes. He's pre-diabetic. And so I have been all over the internet trying to figure out ways to help him. I did exactly what Mariah just said. I went on YouTube and I looked at like, who is the expert? I went on Instagram and I found some people I like. And now all of a sudden I'm opting into their things. I'm going to buy their program because I want to make sure my husband is safe. And it's very niched what they're doing. When people are thinking about buying and selling a home, they are like little crack monkeys on their phone, researching, looking, watching. They are, and they're not doing it the second they make the decision. They're doing it well before that. Right? I mean, I can see Jean is like shaking her head. She's getting it. So is Jamie. They are doing it well beforehand. Kelly is well beforehand. Thanks, Herb. Your job is to show up when they are looking before they are ready. So they think about you. And then you have to position yourself in such a manner that it is impossible to beat you. I was pretty impossible to beat when I was a real estate agent. It was like, you don't want to go against me. Why? Because I was diligent in my pursuit, relentless in my pursuit of greatness, always trying to be the best that I could be by differentiating myself. What does that look like? That looks like creating materials to drop off ahead of time. Let me show you guys something really quickly. This would help. Let me see here, 3 minutes. And I'm going to show you this. This is going to help because I want you to notice this. Okay. So when you watch this video, I want you to think about two things. I want you to think about number one, wow, what if I could actually get those kind of numbers? Number one, that's one thing. And then I want you to ask yourself, what if I could show up to a listing appointment and show those numbers to differentiate myself to win over my competitors? So now I'm winning before I even get there. I'm showcasing my authority. And now I'm positioning myself as very different than everybody else. Okay, that's one thing. And number two, what if I was able to get the results that I'm going to show you in this video? Every time you created a video, what would your business look like in 12 months? Do you guys understand the assignment? Do you understand the assignment? Isn't there like a song like that or something? I think there is. There's a song like that. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and show this to you really quickly. And you're going to be looking at those two things. Oh, it's not letting me optimize. It's so weird. Okay, so we'll share. So weird. Well, let me do that. So we'll see. Okay.
Your home deserves it, and your home deserves maximum exposure. We need to expose your home to the thousands, not just the few.
We do this by thinking outside of the box and by using a highly comprehensive digital marketing strategy that we have yet to see any other agents utilize in our area. We focus on innovation, technology, video, and social media. And here's the kicker, and where most agents fail. We use them the right way. Now, what do I mean by the right way? Well, according to the National Association of Realtors, only 16% of agents are using social media. But from my extensive research, we found that less than 1% across the nation are actually using it correctly. Many agents are using the buzz term that they use social media, and technology. However, agents who have not been trained in this comprehensive digital marketing strategy are just doing things like posting on their personal page or posting on their business page. But that just is not enough.
So I want a listing because of that sentence. So I want a listing because a lady interviewed me and she goes, I just want to let you know, Krista, we're not hiring you. We love I've been doing this type of video for 10 years. And she said, we see you everywhere. So we wanted to interview you, but we are using the agent that sold us this house and that sold my dad's house. Okay. She ends up hiring me and she goes, you want to know why I hired you? She said, I understand because of what you showed me, how important social media was. And when you told me on your video that people are just posting on their business page, and I tell them they should ask, tell them to show you the results. She goes, that's why I picked you, because when I asked them to show the results, they had 3, 5, 10 views.
Enough. You see, Facebook is a business and they make their money from people advertising on Facebook. So to properly expose your property, you have to run ad campaigns. This ensures that massive amounts of people actually see your home. Here are just a few examples of what I mean by this. If you look at the number right here, you'll see where it says reach. Well, that's the number of people that are actually seeing this advertisement for this home. Can you imagine the power of having over 132,000 people actually seeing your home online? And here's another example showing 76,000 views. That's a lot, isn't it? We create amazing landing pages of our homes on social media, and we use video when doing so. According to Orion 21, landing pages with video have up to 800% more conversions.
Do you hear that? 800% more conversions when you use video. That is an astonishing number.
Than the same landing page without a video. Here's another crazy statistic I think you should hear about. According to the National Association of Realtors, 67% of buyers are going to walk through a home that they see online. So you can only imagine how important it is that I expose your home to as many prospective buyers online as I can. Because if 67% of people that see your home are likely to walk through it, then it's my fiduciary obligation to make sure that I expose your home to the masses. Also, we can target your specific home to people both locally and out of the area. This is called geographic.
You can target yourself to people locally. You can say, hey, I want everybody in my community to see me, because organically between 1.53% and 2.68% are only seeing you organically. Less than 3% of people organically are seeing you.
Detailed targeting. We do this not only on Facebook, but also on various other social media platforms. Here's another example of just a few properties that we advertise.
Now, would having 394 hours, 555 hours of watch time on a property help your property sell for more money and get more exposure? Yes. Would it also help you get more exposure as a real estate agent? On one video, $200 ad spend.
And you can see the amount of hours that people were watching the videos. That's so much more powerful than just doing an open house, which typically only attracts looky-loo buyers and of course your neighbors, right?
Of course, right there, I was contradicting what normal people will talk about. Okay. So my point in showing you that is my job before, now I send that, it's a 17-minute long video. I send that before going on a listing appointment. Okay. And then I drop off a marketing plan. I drop off a very well-written book. I drop off a seller guide, all before I ever get there. Now they've already been watching me and seeing what I do. Now I'm doing that. Do I have a much better chance of winning that listing? I will tell you, people, and this is not an exaggeration. I got about 99% of listings I went on because I had the listing before I even walked in the door. Okay. Why? Because of differentiation. And anybody can do this. Anyone can do this if they'll take the time to learn the skill. And if Shelby says she hasn't lost a listing since using my listing presentation system. Okay. And I have so many students that say that. Why? Because the average agent is just showing up, right? I'm making sure I am leaving no stone unturned. And even if sometimes the people might not like me as much, but all the other things I did, it's like they have no choice. And guess what? Now I go in there with the confidence to demand the respect and tell them what we're going to do in a loving way. And they respect me and trust me because I position myself as different. And I do say things like, hey, Mr. and Mrs. Seller, guess what? Brokers tours are very outdated. The reason why people are doing brokers tours is because they haven't learned this comprehensive strategic digital marketing plan. You see, we were taught to do broker tour before this thing called the internet came around. Unfortunately, buyers know more about your property than probably you or I do because they are searching like crazy. So my job is to get your home in front of them the right way. I don't want to attract your neighbors and looky-loos by doing open houses. In fact, during an open, if somebody's a very serious buyer, they have a realtor looking for them during their time frames in the price point they're actually approved at. Open houses and brokers tours attract people that aren't really ready to buy. And they're like, oh my God, nobody else told me that. That is so true. Like when you start saying things that contradicts everyone else and what you're saying is true, and you all know it's true. I mean, yes, you're going to meet the seller, the neighbors, you're going to meet a few buyers, right? Maybe, but that aren't qualified in that price range. And when you do broker stores, I used to have to call all my friends and be like, can you please come by and leave your card? I've got to show that people came by. Like how many of you have done that? Be honest. Thank you, because the rest of you are lying. We've all done that. Like, please, I got to show that I'm doing something. Show up. Okay, and I tell them that. I used to call my realtor friends and tell them, because that's what I was taught until I learned a new way. So that's why we would win so much, because we were able to showcase and show, okay? So now, a lot of the questions that I get are like, well, what should I do videos on? And I know Wendy is going to show you kind of like before and after things.
Hey, Krista,
Yes.
also you're forgetting the most important thing is you never had to negotiate your commission.
Yes, this is very important. I didn't have to negotiate commission. We always got paid a full commission, and they weren't like, it wasn't a battle. I mean, sometimes it was, but most of the time it was like, where do we sign, Krista? Let's look at the house. And because they already had consumed so much of my content, I'll send them to a funnel where it's like 16 videos all about selling. Like, what are contingencies? Who pays for what? How to repair your home. So, and let me tell you, I had a lady one time say to me, it was so funny. She goes, oh, nobody watches those videos before nobody takes the time to watch those videos. I'm like, yeah, they do. I track it. They watch that 17-minute video. Huh, Wendy, right?
They definitely do. When you walk in and they've already did some of the things that you talked about in your videos, and they tell you, I already did this because you said the pictures would look better if I did it. I was like,
So
dang,
true.
this shit works.
And why, Wendy, why is it, do you think, why is it that they will take the time to actually watch the videos?
Because they're obsessed. They're obsessed with videos.
And
Value.
because they're selling their house.
Like
It's
hang out
value.
on YouTube and watch things all the time. Like that's
You
all-
guys, they're selling their most precious. My brain today is saying all the wrong words. They're selling their most precious asset. It's probably the most money they'll make or lose in their entire life from their home. If you're sitting there watching videos about cats and pizza, how to make a fried chicken, you can bet your bottom dollar they're watching videos about selling. And they want to pick the most valued person. Your job is to show them, not tell. Show them before you get there, you are the right choice. My assistant said to me, how do you, because she worked for me. In fact, Dwayne knows her, Deb Majeski. You can ask her this, Dwayne. She used to work for a different broker who sold hundreds of homes. And she said, Krista, I've never seen somebody win the listings like you. And I'm like, and now she knows, right? She worked for me for 6 or 7 years. And she's like, I've never seen somebody win every listing they go on. And I was like, because we're winning before we get there. Right? Because most people are not willing to do the thing. They're not willing to create the video, drop off the marketing plan, drop off the book, write the book. They're not willing to do the thing that could make them so much more money if they would just spend 12 months building the foundation. You have the ability in real estate to make more money. There's so much potential in real estate. So much potential. I know I seem pretty animated about this right now, but I am, because I just know how it could change your life. It really, really can. Okay, so what kind of things can we create video on? Not just like everyone else does. I'm so great, number one. No. You want to create videos about the neighborhoods. Like pick a neighborhood, and we're going to go really deep into this. I know that Wendy, and if you're already with my coaching program, you shouldn't go to the 3-day event. You've got everything you need in the program. So I wouldn't do that. And if you're already with EXP, she has a special link for you for a separate thing you can go to. But we're having I'm teaching this in great detail in 2 days. this coming Monday and Tuesday, we're going to be diving deep on video, funnels, digital marketing, like how to do it correctly. So it's not just a 30-minute like rah-rah, it goes deep into it. And we're going to actually be teaching you during this 2-day event, things that you can do. And we're going to do it during the event to help you generate more business. Okay. Video is, and it's not just video, it's video in conjunction with differentiation, having a unique value proposition and having the tools to actually help you like seal the deal. Okay.
Right. Linda just said, what is your value proposition before you can show a lot of people watch your video?
I'll show you. Hold on a second. You guys can see I got my camera literally. So before I'll show you this a little bit, but I drop off this box. Number one, there's two things I use it for. One is when I run Facebook ads and people request a market analysis, I drop the box off. I also drop this off before a listing presentation. And I have a book that I wrote. This is a book that a best-selling New York Times editor helped me write with my experience. And it talks all about everything that most agents don't talk about. It talks about geo-targeting, digital marketing, videos, social media, like marketing, right? And how we need to do things differently. And then I drop it this marketing plan. This marketing plan, I spent over $10,000 just to make this marketing plan because I hired copywriters to help me position this in a manner that differentiated me, right? And people will be like, you did all that? You do all that? Yeah, because, and I'll put in, flyers in here like that show what it is that we're like homes that we've done in the past. We'll show like us versus them, like, hey, we sold our house for this much more, QR code to a Facebook, to a funnel. Like I'm making sure that when that 17-minute listing video that I sent, it's actually a marketing video. That's what I do to differentiate myself. Okay. And here's what I will tell you. You can be a brand new agent and do this and beat out a top producer because the top producer is complacent. They are a top producer by default, and they are not in most cases doing things to differentiate themselves. And all it takes is someone new to come around and be different and stand out and take over market share. I know this because I've been coaching for 6 years and I've taught people around the country to do this. Brand new agents to beat out top producers. Like literally take over their town within 12 months. It is not typical. Do you know why? Because most people will not do the work. They will not give it the time. So it's definitely not a very quick, get rich quick thing. And it's not very common because most people will not do the work. But if you put yourself in the right rooms and you stick to it and you keep going, you can have a different life in 12 months. And there is so much opportunity right now, everybody, for us because people are leaving like clockwork. There's never been a better time for you to take over. But you've got to do the work. And you've got to make sure you just keep on showing up and you don't give up. And we're going to have a theme at the 2-day event that Wendy's telling you about, and it's going to be this. You have 2 choices right now in real estate. You can quit, like a lot of people are doing, or you can commit. And I'm going to ask you something. If you quit, where are you going to go? You can work at McDonald's or Macy's or work at a bar or a server, or you can just commit and frickin' kick some serious butt in real estate and make some big time money and make a massive impact. And people are dying for somebody like you to come along because most people are still doing things like open houses and door knocking and all that same stuff, which we all know it really isn't the most effective way to market. I want to market to thousands of people. I want to, we show them how we beat Zillow every single time by like hundreds of thousands of engagements and views. Like no joke.
It's actually awesome and very effective. Like I got my first $10 million listing appointment, and that was so cool because I pulled up the video from the other agent. Number one, it wasn't a great video. And number two, for being on the market a year, they had 1,600 views on YouTube. I showed him my property that I only marketed for 2 months and it had 55,000 views. And I said, this is the difference between spending money behind your marketing and not. I said, and then I showed him, of course, I had 115,000 views on my Facebook ad. So, I mean, and some people will sell their home so fast, they don't have time to market it. Keep it marketing and keep putting that money behind it until it closes. so that you have that proof of success that you can show people, because that is a game changer right there. So
I'm
anyway,
gonna jump off. I have to go, but Bert, you're so sweet. Thank you so much. And Delisa,
thank you,
good job.
Krista.
Wendy, thanks for having me. And we hope to see you all next Monday and Tuesday. Hi, Carrie. And you guys are amazing. Thanks for being here. You guys are awesome. I appreciate your time. Bye, Jamie.
Awesome.
Bye.
Have a great
Bye.
day.
Bye. Bye, Wendy.
So,
Good job.
so I
Bye.
just kind of wanted to
Bye,
show you guys a couple things, because, you know, we can talk all this talk, but let's see the proof, right? So I'm going to share my screen. This is so terrible. So terrible. I'm not even kidding. It's terrible. But this is one of my videos I did before I met Krista. Hi there. I'm Wendy with Sweet Home Realty, and this is Wendy, a place where you can ask me anything about real estate, as chances are there are a million people with the same exact questions as you. What I'm getting this week is I want to put my house on the market after all this craziness dies down. I'm stuck at home. What can I do to get my house ready? Well, there's several things you can do. Definitely work on landscaping. We would love to have that nice curb appeal. And if you have kids at home, terrible or what? They need it. Anyway, decluttering, deep cleaning, and it doesn't cost much money to just paint the baseboard, and it gives a nice clean look. You can do that, and then if you do like painting, the fascia board that lines your home right underneath the roof, if you just give that a fresh coat of paint, your home almost looks like a brand new house. Anyway, so those are a couple things. Hope that helps. And if you have any other questions, just list them below, and I will answer them on my next video. Have a great weekend. Talk to you. Was that terrible or what? Okay, so I'm like, now we got all these great videos that look amazing. This is the last one I did. Sorry. Under contract, 170 luxurious dwellings are on their journey to new ownership. These homes, reaching prices up to $8 million, have been on the market for an average of 66 days, illustrating a healthy demand in our high-end real estate sector. This year has been phenomenal, with 67 homes priced over $1 million already sold. The highest of these sales closed at an astounding $8.5 million, with an average sale price of $1.9 million. Remarkably, these homes average only 64 days on the market, highlighting the brisk pace and strong appeal of our luxury housing market. Turning our attention to the luxury high-rise market, there's an equally impressive story. So anyway, just to get you an idea, those are before and afters. I may have learned a couple things, right? I've been with Krista for a couple years now, and I've did a crap ton of videos. Like, and that's the thing. It's like, it just takes more time, you know, more videos. You just got to keep making them, right? If everybody's in Krista's program, let me know. Is that the thing? Is that what you guys are doing? Just more videos, right? I know. And they just get better and better. And so I hear all these people, oh, the mic didn't work. Okay, that's me too. I had to redo them. You know what? It's not a big deal if you have to redo your videos, because they're always better when you have to redo them, you know, because every time you do them, they just get better. And like Krista said, nobody loves doing video. I hate doing video, like, but I know I have to. I want the world to know who Wendy Goss, your real estate boss, is in Las Vegas. And so I do the videos, you know, and so you just got to commit. You got to commit to doing that, and it will work. It will work. So, does anybody have anything that they want to talk about that's already in Krista's program that can like say something that has changed their business? Anybody? Just go ahead and unmute. Oh my gosh. Nobody?
Okay, I'll go.
Okay,
No,
thank you.
Go ahead.
All right, Herb, you're up.
Okay, what were we talking about? What's changed? I tell you.
Yeah. Since you started doing video, since you met me and Krista, what's changed?
Let me just tell you. It's a whole nother method of doing marketing that's going to attract people into your business And, it just takes first you got to understand the concept, and then you just start doing a little bit of it. And then you start getting the hang of it. And then the next thing, you're like Wendy here. But, it's like, you got to jump in. You got to do this. I know it can be scary at the beginning, and you got a million other things to do, but just stick with it and start doing it, and you'll start seeing the results. It's amazing.
Yeah. And then you go to meetings, like I have Jeep meetings because I'm a Jeeper girl, and we have clubs, and they're like, oh my God, I seen your commercials. They are so good. It makes me want to sell my house.
The thing about it is, for me, before the pandemic, I was doing a lot of door knocking. It was working great. But think about it for just a minute. There's only so many, how much time it takes to go to houses, knocking doors, or like following up on your leads and knocking those doors. And then I say to Wendy, do you ever go over? No. I'm like, you can scale your business with the video. You don't have to be in front of them at their door. You can do it virtually with a video. And then while you're sleeping, when Krista was talking about watch time and she said like 600 hours on a video, like how much time would it take you to do 600 hours of in-person time with people? It's physically impossible to do that. But
yeah, that's a lot of driveways. That's a lot of
That's a
driveways.
lot of driveways. Imagine the time walking up, ringing the doorbell, waiting for them to answer, and you're doing this while you're sleeping.
Having them tell you to go away through the Ring doorbell.
You don't ever have to hear that anymore. That's true.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah.
That's
You
funny.
don't
I
ever
tell
have to
sellers that all the
think that.
time. Yeah, I tell sellers that. I say, I would rather spend the money instead of on cupcakes that I'm going to eat because nobody shows up to the open house. It's very unhealthy. But I will eat all the cupcakes because I'm so depressed. Nobody shows up. Right. And then all the print marketing and all the door knocking with the things. Like we spend so much money on an open house when I can spend that same amount and get 15,000 eyes on your property online. Like I love to digitally door knock. And when you tell sellers that, they're like, oh, yeah, that's great. So, I mean, we still have open houses because my agents want to do them, which is totally fine. And we just got to make sure that we market the open house online and try to get as many people over there as possible. But anyway, all right, we have Miss Jean and then Isabel.
Hi, Wendy. Okay,
Hi.
so I started with Krista's program, and well, before I started with her, I stalked her for about a year, and didn't make a move. So then when I made a move, then I started trying to do my videos. I sucked at it at first because I didn't quite get the hang of it, but I kept trying. I couldn't get the camera right, wasn't looking at it right, wasn't doing anything right, but I kept going. So now my confidence is up. I feel better. And now when I go into the grocery stores or where I am, I can see people kind of staring at you a little bit. And I'm like, okay, you're staring at me. You must have seen some of the videos. So I break the ice by saying, hey, how you doing? How are things going? And then they open up to let me know that that's where they saw me at. And so now I'm like, oh, so if that's working, what other videos can I do? What else can I do? So now you just start getting bolder and bolder. So now I stalk other people to get other ideas and do those. So now it's becoming a joy to do.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. Good job. I know. And the fact that you are in so many people's news feed, like it's just so crazy, right? And when they start to recognize you at the store, that's even better. And that's when you start your small business Saturdays, right? Go
Yeah. At first it was kind of
business.
awkward because I was like, okay, why are you like staring at me? But then it clicked. I was like, okay, now I know why you're staring at me. Now let me break the ice for you.
Isabel, good morning.
Good morning. Yes, I want to get more juice out of our videos that we do locally. And Krista was mentioning that once you do like a video that you do like for your community, to put money behind it. So what's the purpose when you're doing the ad? Is it for reach or for video views?
I do reach. I do reach. So, so when I was doing Small Business Saturday, I started out with all my friends that had their small businesses because it's easier to talk to friends than it is to total strangers. But I did that and I was like, okay, so you're gonna let me interview you, right? And I'm gonna put money behind the ad, and then it will help your business, right? But it also shows that you are out there supporting small businesses. So I definitely run a reach ad because you want as many people to have it come across their screen, you know, and if they like coffee shops or if they like gun stores, yes, I did one at a gun store. Don't try to run an ad behind a gun one, though. It doesn't work. Anyway, but you know, restaurants, stuff like that, like really, you know, things that you like too.
Yeah.
Like just go to places that you already like and just be like, hey, I'd like to interview you for my Small Business Saturday. And you don't have to do it on Saturday. You do it before then. That way you can get it all ready and have it promoting on Saturday. But anyway, so yeah, you definitely run a run. You can also retarget the people that actually watched it. That's where you're going to grab your video views audience and then run another ad to them. So a different
Thank you
one.
for those excellent tips. Thank you.
You're welcome. All right. We have a couple minutes left. Does anybody have any questions about anything or anything more you want to add? We good? Lanny, did you have something to add? Oh, she's on the phone. She was talking to me.
Wendy?
Yeah.
I just noticed that somebody came on the chat and said that they had done a certain number of videos, but then they got hacked. Just remind everybody here, if they get an email or a message, a Facebook message or anything purporting to be purporting to be from Facebook, do not believe it. It is a hack and they're trying to break your website.
It's bad.
Yeah.
If you're running a Facebook page and you're running ads, if you want to double check, go on your business link in Facebook, and if there's a problem, they'll have big red marks all over your ads.
Right. And you know, and people get stuck when Facebook hacks them. They're like, oh my gosh, now what am I going to do? Right. So the thing is that we have this thing called YouTube, right? Oh, let's see here. I'm going to get out of this one and go, and I always run a little ad behind my property videos just because, like I said, I want to be able to show sellers, you know, what I'm doing to market their properties. So if you go here and you go to this one right here. It didn't pull up, sorry. Drone videos. So if you pull up this one and you pull up the analytics, I think I ran this and spent $45 and I have 24,000 views. So, you know, it's not, you don't just have to use Facebook. I also use YouTube. I try not to, I want organic followers too on YouTube. So like my regular videos, I don't put money behind, but I do put money behind my property listings because that's what I tell my owners. And every Friday I want to update them with, you know, but look at that, 875 hours of people watching my high-rise video, right? For like 45 bucks. It's so cheap to target or to run ads on YouTube. Dr. Carrie Jones, how's it going? Where'd you go?
Hi, Wendy, here I am. Thank you so much for your consistency. I finally did a YouTube video. Woo, woo.
That is so exciting.
And someone saw it and they said they want to buy the property. Is that awesome?
Yeah, it's crazy that happens.
It's a $1.5 million listing, and then someone saw it. I just did. I'm like, I'm going to be a boss like Wendy.
That is so exciting. I know. And I've been working on my YouTube for about a year now. And, you know, it takes a minute. So I went from 50 followers to over 1,000 in a year. Mm-hmm. And the best videos that you can grow your YouTube channel is about your area. So
Okay.
living in Las Vegas, pros and cons of living in Las Vegas, 5 things I wish I knew before moving to the freaking desert. I mean, there's a lot of weird stuff over here compared to Oregon,
Yeah.
so, and bringing in your experiences in the video to make them a little bit more, real is awesome. And you can get some really good leads just from that and not even having to run ads behind that, because people are Googling, moving to Las Vegas and living in Las Vegas, and is Las Vegas a good place to raise children? So I'm making all the videos that I think people are Googling, and that's really helping. So
Yes, awesome.
very cool. Well, congratulations, Linda. Good morning.
Morning, Miss Wendy. Did she when you asked Krista my question, I think she popped off to get something, and so, but as you may recall, my question was, how do you before you're get noticed, what's the value proposition, or how do you get people to watch?
So basically, her box of stuff is her value proposition. She has a book that she, wrote that helps people sell their house. She has, a CMA in there and a marketing package in there that's showing everybody all the different views of what she does on social media for her listings, right? That's her value proposition. Like, we are going to get the world to see your property, not just a couple people. So,
and then when you're able to market a home and you can get that many clicks, that's when you start adding that part of the value.
Yeah. So one of my agents sold her house in a weekend, and she's like, "Oh my God, I just spent all this money on pictures and video and drone and blah, blah, blah." That's awesome. That's awesome. Keep running those until it closes, right? So you want to keep running those ads on Facebook and YouTube and get the most views possible, because then your next listing presentation, guess what? You're going to have proof of success. You're going to be like, "Yes, I sold this in one weekend, but look at how many people saw my listing." You know what I mean? So yeah, if you get a listing, go to town on it. Go to town on it and spend some money, because that's going to help you with your listing presentation when you show sellers. So,
and one other question about the video, those ones that move, part of the drone, you pay somebody to do those?
Absolutely. So I have a videographer and a photographer for my listings, and I'm in the video. So it's not fun, trust me, but it's important, because not everybody's doing that. And when you talk about the home, it actually helps with SEO. When you talk about the home being right next to blah, blah, blah park, or blah, blah, blah casino, or, you know what I mean? Whatever is around, then people that are Googling that will be finding your video as well. So, because you're going to have it in your ad copy, and you're going to have it in your keywords, and there's just so much to it. But yes, you want to be in your video, in your listing video.
Hey, Wendy, I just want to add, if you're a newer agent, or you never had a listing and you don't have those analytics or that data, you can always use, if you're a part of Krista's coaching program, you can always say, "Hey, this is the kind of coaching program. This is my coach, and this is what I'm learning right now. And these are the kind of views that I'm going to get for your listing. These are the kind of data. This is the kind of data I'm going to get for your listing," and so on. So you can always present it that way when you don't have the analytics to do so. So I just wanted to add that, Wendy. Thank you.
Yes, very much. All right, Isabel, one more question, then we got to get to the VIP.
Yeah, for your listing videos that you do on YouTube, when you want to promote them, are you using the Google for creating the ads, or okay?
Google ads. Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Right, thank you.
All right, you're welcome. All right, you guys, if you want to dig a little deeper and need help on anything, there should be a link in here for the VIP room. And then if you want to hop on to the location domination next Monday and Tuesday, there's a link in the chat as well. We will also be putting it in the email that goes out with the replay. So if you haven't filled that out, it says if you've never filled out this form for the replay, click here. So lots of links, but we got to hop off and head into VIP. Have a great day, you guys. Happy Tuesday.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Bye-bye.
Bye.